time for a restyle. I scored a buffet at a consignment store. Let's style it with secondhand items. Check it out. It's not very often that I buy something and then realize once I get it home that it was messed up a little bit. That's okay. Usually I check things really thoroughly, but you know what? If you ever do and your legs fall off something because they're just glued on and the screws are too short, it's okay. Don't fret because you could fix it. So just got it inside, flipped it upside down. One of the legs was in good condition. It was in there really nice, but the other ones really needed new screw posts. They needed them to be a little bit longer because what someone had done is they had taken a bunch of glue and just loaded it on and tried to get that to hold the screw in place. Now, if you had a screw that was long enough and it could actually twist in, the glue might give it some extra strength. But in this case, everything was just so short and there was so much glue loaded in there that there was no way that these legs were gonna stay in. So I'm just gonna sand all this old glue off and put new posts in, and then guess what? You can screw them back on, flip your piece upside down, and it will be sturdy and ready to go. Now I have this huge wall in this living room, dining room area that goes all the way up to the ceiling along with the fireplace next to it. What I'm going to do is build floor-to-ceiling bookshelves with a big brass ladder, but I'm not going to do that yet. So in the meantime, I thought just putting a cool little buffet over in this corner would just give me a spot to store some things and fill the space. The first thing I'm gonna do is take these very heavy, very awesome secondhand brass lamps and pop them on each side of the buffet. And of course the record player, which is great because I can store the records in the drawers. So many books, and most of them are still in boxes, but these ones that I have out, I'm just gonna stack up against the wall underneath it and on either side because I love that look, and I think it will just give me some place to put the books for now. And then of course, just gonna throw some thrifted mirrors up here. Not gonna do anything crazy with artwork because again, this is gonna be all floor to ceiling shelving at some point, but it'll just help reflect a little bit. And then I can put my Santini Diana up here. She definitely has a vibe all her own. I'm a big believer in manifesting, so of course I have to include the candle that my friend Carice did. She is a calligrapher and did a beautiful job on some vintage vessels. I've posted all about it in the past. And then of course for now until I have bookshelves, I'm gonna stack these all like really pretty along the wall. I think it looks curated and lovely, and it's kind of reminds me of an old museum or an old coffee shop. So now I've got a little bit of storage. I've got a spot for the records. The books are all stacked. I added a few other vintage pieces, some old books, and some really pretty matches. And now I've got a little spot where the kids can throw in records, or I can during the day, which I love to do anyway. I absolutely love these old lamps, and when we do built-ins on this wall, I will definitely be keeping them. They are so beautiful. It also works well with the little sitting area that we did in the old dining room. All blends together and is functional and works for now. Just because you move into some place doesn't mean you have to renovate everything right away, but you kind of want to take the spaces that you have and you want to make them lovely, even if you plan on changing them in the future. This couple weeks I will give you a tour of all of these rooms together. In the meantime, happy upcycling.